From your official station of Big Blue Nation, this is BBN Game Day, presented by Central Bank, the official bank of UK Athletics.
Levis fakes the pitch, stays intercepted! Another state takeaway! Fourth of the night!
I didn't like the intensity that we played with, the physicality that we played with. I felt like we were pushed around. You know, they kicked our butts.
We can all agree last Saturday was no fun to watch. A hazy performance in Starkville leading to a second straight loss for Big Blue. The haunting turnovers returned, making the offense take 2 steps back. It was an uncharacteristic defensive performance as well. Mike Leach's air raid offense, with help from a non-threatening run game, had the Wildcats disjointed. The Cats can't let this loss linger.
I have a lot of confidence in the leadership of this team, and we'll respond back, and there's no reason to feel sorry for yourself.
A special season is still in the cards. And with 4 games left on the schedule, this season is far from over. Tonight, one of Kentucky's most hated rivals is making the trip to the Bluegrass. You know them as the Volunteers. This rivalry has been one-sided historically, but lately, the Cats have broken down barriers.
Mark Stoops ends another skid for Kentucky.
Including a good old-fashioned beatdown last year in Rocky Top.
Intercepted again! Kentucky's got another takeaway!
Every year that we play them is personal. You want to go out there and speak with your pads, so that's what we're going to do.
All right, it's rivalry day. Kentucky against Tennessee kicking off inside Kroger Field this evening at 7 o'clock on ESPN2, and we're getting you ready for it. Welcome into BBN Game Day. I'm Anna Tarullo.
And I'm Christy Thomas. Another great job by Eli Gain. This time we hope next week he's doing it after a win.
That's right. You can only hope. He also sat down with quarterback Will Levis to preview today's game. That's coming up in a few minutes. Plus, we have Jeff Pecoro joining us. And hey, we'll talk a little Champions Classic as well, but let's dive into the Volunteers first, who said this week, we don't lose to Kentucky. That's interesting because they did last year. That was 34-7, Cats on top to be exact. Fighting words aren't uncommon between these two teams or their fan bases, but this year's Wildcats would rather let their play do the talking.
We're ready to play Tennessee. Like, we want to win. Like, that's what we want to do. We're going to go out there, and it's a rivalry game. Like you said, it's a big game for the seniors. This is our last SEC game at home. And it's a big one. Every year that we play them is personal. And, you know, you don't want to say, like, too much. You want to go out there and speak with your pads. So that's what we're going to do.
All right, back-to-back losses, a rivalry game on the line, the final SEC game at Kroger Field for so many seniors. The Cats have plenty to prove tonight, Christy.
Indeed they do. After the last 2 weeks, Kentucky's offense is hungry to prove themselves as well. They put up 243 yards against Georgia, 216 against Mississippi State. Here's what Kentucky offensive coordinator Liam Cohen is expecting out of Tennessee's defense.
They're fast. You know, they're definitely fast on defense. If you look at them from last year to this year, they've trimmed up, it looks like, on the defensive side of the ball. They're playing a lot more athletic body types, you know, on the edges at the linebacker spots. These guys can really fly around and run around really well. They'll bring some edge pressure, which, you know, causes some issues, especially with how fast they are, and do a nice job with some of their stunts and twists. But this focus this week is truly about us getting better.
Has to be about getting better, Anna, no doubt.
for sure. And here's a little something that could help the Cats. Tennessee's quarterback, Hendon Hooker, he apparently hates the cold.
Me too.
When he was with Virginia Tech, he almost missed the entire second half of the Hokies game against Clemson. Watching him on the sidelines, it initially seemed like some kind of medical condition, but it came out later, Christy, that he was just cold.
That's so bizarre. All right, well, here's how Hooker's current coach thinks that the weather might or might not. I'll get it together here and not laugh. I am going to laugh about that. But here's how his coach thinks that it might affect his team tonight.
You got to be the most excited team on the football field. And no matter what the elements are, man, you got to be ready to go compete. It's why during spring ball we're outside every single day. When elements hit, we try to get out of them, out inside of them, whether it's rain, whatever it might be, to make sure that your kids get those experiences. Our kids will be ready to handle the cold here this week.
All right, we'll see about that. We are laughing because I'm like, look, suck it up, Buttercup. Are you kidding me?
We're not in Minnesota.
Oh, my gosh. All right, well, actually, let's find out what the weather will be like. LAX 18 Chief Meteorologist Bill Meck, what do you have to say about that, Bill?
All right, Bill, how cold can we make it for the Vols?
Well, I wish we could make it a little colder at this point, but, you know, I want to find the folks who do the scheduling here in the SEC and just kind of give them a whap upside the head. So we were talking about it in September, putting us at noon in September when it was going to be 1,000 degrees outside, and now we get a game in November, and it's at night when it is going to be chilly. Now, tailgating, it is going to be absolutely glorious. Sunshine will be out there, but it'll be cool, so dress appropriately. Mid-50s, we'll be right around 50 at kickoff. The sky beautifully clear. And then as we get you into the post-game, temperatures will be in the low 40s, but we're going to have 60,000 of our closest friends keeping us warm with a happy cold out there. So again, be prepared tonight for the chill that's going to be ensuing.
Bill, thanks so much. So hopefully it doesn't get too cold, but hey, if that affects the Vols, we'll take it.
Yeah, well, that's exactly kind of how football weather's supposed to be, if you ask me. All right, well, cold may be bad news for Tennessee's quarterback, but how does Kentucky get their QB back on the right track?
Jeff Picoro is joining us to dive into that and a whole lot more. That's next right here on BBN Game Day.
Watch the UK Healthcare Mark Stoops Show, hosted by the voice of the Wildcats, Tom Leach, Mondays at 6 p.m. on UK Sports Network affiliates and on the Kentucky Football Facebook page. Call in or submit your questions on Facebook and Twitter. BBN Game Day, presented by Central Bank and sponsored by Kentucky Select Chevy Dealers, Coca-Cola, Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, Kroger, Lexington Opera House, and Papa John's.
Since opening our doors 75 years ago, Central Bank has made big changes, like the region's first Saturday hours, online ATMs, and even the area's very first vault. But one thing will never change is the community-minded mission of our founder. Garvis D. Kincaid believed that what's good for the bank should also be good for its community. True back in 1946 and equally true today. So, come see how we've grown. Central Bank, central to you. Member FDIC.
It's time to find your next Chevy truck and forge ahead. Take on new challenges and take it to the next level. It's the perfect time to do more in your next Chevy. Find new possibilities, find new roads. Very well qualified buyers can get 2.49% financing and $1,000 cash allowance on this Silverado. Plus, unlock your code to claim $500 Chevy Cyber Cash on most Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups.
Did you know that 1 Kentuckian in 6 struggles with food insecurity? That's why Kentucky Farm Bureau has helped raise hundreds of thousands of dollars for the Kentucky Hunger Initiative. Contributions that help neighbors in need put food on the table. You see, Kentucky Farm Bureau does more than just insure homes and autos. We help ensure that our fellow Kentuckians get help when they need it most. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Tune in to the Don Franklin Countdown to Kickoff Show with Christy Thomas and former Wildcats Jeremy Jarman and Dusty Bonner. 2 hours before kickoff on UK Sports Network radio affiliates and the UK Athletics app. You're watching BBN Game Day, presented by Central Bank, the official bank of UK Athletics.
Welcome back to BBN Game Day.
All right, Jeff Picoro with the UK Sports Network joining us now. All right, Jeff, let's get right into it. Mississippi State was far from Will Levis's best game, all right, in a Kentucky uniform. He went 17 for 38, throws 3 picks. We're going to hear from Will Levis himself in just a minute. But, Jeff, from your perspective, what does he have to get corrected tonight?
I don't know if he can do it in just tonight, but I'm not a big fan of his footwork. He's got a strong arm, and that's kind of sometimes to his detriment because instead of doing the right footwork and stepping through the ball, he throws a lot with his arm. He throws off balance. He throws off his back foot. See right there, he doesn't really step through the ball. I remember Bill Ranslow used to have a real animated follow-through where he almost touched his left knee with his right arm, and you've got to follow through because if you don't, that ball tails on you.
All right, we'll talk a little bit about the fact I thought multiple times he seemed to throw into double coverage, which really gave me a ton of anxiety. So what about his decision-making that night?
Well, again, he has to realize the one interception he threw to when he was trying to get it into Cummings, that's their best defensive back underneath and a safety over the top. So he's so just throw that away because you got 3 in your back pocket there. So just play for the next play. Don't try to feather that in there.
All right, Jeff, really the same kind of mindset for Chris Rodriguez as well. He hasn't really been himself lately. Liam Cohen said this week, C-Rod is healthy and he's ready for Tennessee. He says there's no reason to worry, but are we a little worried? What do we think?
Well, I think a lot of people are worried because they want to know, is he injured or not? Is it mental or physical? So that's just it. Because of the HIPAA laws, they're not going to tell you what's wrong with him, and I don't know what's wrong with him. But if there is something wrong, then he can't play because I have to rely on him out there to carry the ball, especially against Tennessee, 20 times. If he gets 20 touches, then I'm happy in this game because that means they're running the football, and they have to run the football to beat Tennessee.
Yeah, Liam Cohen said they're definitely going to get back to that, no doubt about that. All right, so enough heat on the offense. The defense really trying to right the ship here as well, too. Brad White, not a happy camper after he rewatched the tape from Starkville. Listen to this.
Tackling wise, we did not do a good job there. We had 21 missed tackles, and if you put the films back to back, of the year before and this one, that was a big difference, and you heard talk all week, we got to get set up in our drops, and we drifted, too much. And then coming out of those breaks, we did, they weren't sharp angles. We rounded stuff. It puts you in a bad position to tackle. And you got to come down with bad intentions.
Jeff, what in the world happened?
It's a mystery. Look at that. I think you have to be more aggressive. Don't sit back on your heels when a guy's coming at you. Be aggressive and go after him. You have to make the contact. Don't let the running back or receiver make the contact on you. But again, I think you just throw that away. This is Tennessee. Anybody will tell you. That's all you have to say. Show me that orange. It's like red to a bull. I'm going after it.
You kind of feel that way, right?
You
don't have any animosity at all, do you?
No, I don't like Tennessee.
Zero.
This is my least favorite week. But game time, I'm going to be smoking that cigar after it's over with because I know they're going to win.
All right, I'm down for that.
Jeff, do you think they're going to come out ready to play? I mean, last week after the bye, they were a little slow getting out there. What do you think?
And look, if you ask any football player that's ever played at Kentucky and played against that team, they would say, I would wear a jock strap on a ice rink to play that team. It's just... I hate them worse. Louisville, to me, I don't even care about them. It's all UT, and I hate that song, too. So hopefully we don't get to hear it much.
Well, man, hopefully we don't get to see the jock straps on an ice skating rink.
Oh, I totally agree with that. But look, there's still a chance for this to be a very special season. 10-2 to finish out. Still a chance for some really good things to happen.
Every game is important. Yeah. All right, Jeff, thanks so much. Looking forward to hearing your call tonight on the UK Sports Radio Network.
Well, coming up next, Will Levis sits down with our Eli Gain to talk about the season so far and preview today's game against the Vols. We'll be right back.
The holidays are doubly important this year, so make your celebrations doubly special with our award-winning cave-aged Maurice cheese. Kroger. Hey, you're right, we can't stop now. Let's take the special up a level with fresh, never frozen prime beef. Still not special enough? Add some surf to that turf with our sustainably caught seafood. Turn your taste buds up to 11 and have a doubly special holiday with Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Direct from Broadway to the Opera House stage. Oh, yes, Broadway is back with 5 spectacular shows. Roald Dahl's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, An Officer and a Gentleman, Waitress, Tony Award winners, An American in Paris, and Hairspray. Tickets to all shows are on sale now. Plus, 2 variety live shows, Concert with the Stars and the international sensation Stomp. Order single show tickets today. Call 233-3535 or LexingtonOperaHouse.com.
You're watching BBN Game Day. presented by Central Bank, the official bank of UK Athletics.
Welcome back to BBN Game Day. It's no secret Will Levis didn't play his best last week, but the best way to get that bad taste out of his mouth is to get back on the field. He talked with our Eli Gain about doing just that.
I can imagine that was probably, obviously not your best performance, especially in a UK uniform. What are some of the things that you look back on from that game and that you need to get fixed as the season still a long way to go to get it all turned around?
Yeah, just decision making. I mean, the second and third interceptions were ones that should never happen. Second one at the end of a half was not any kind of look that we would ever want to throw that ball against that we talked about multiple times. Tried to force it in there, so just throwing it over his head. Next one, I knew we were down a lot in that situation, trying to make something happen. First play of a drive, you can't just turn the ball over like that at the start of a drive. Just need to get more consistent and accurate with some other throws. But I know I'm able to make all those throws and make all those decisions, and I know that it's going to come together in games eventually.
Do you see a different approach with the team this week? You mentioned the anticipation to get back on the field, but do you sort of witness a different feel from the guys just over these last couple of days for practice?
I think they're just a little more hungry. They just, after a game like that, you're always wanting to go back out there and show what type of team you're able to be. And pretty good energy today at practice. Going to need to take it up a notch tomorrow, but I think the guys are still a little kind of disappointed in our performance last week, but at the same time, putting it behind us and focusing on Tennessee and just using it as motivation rather than letting it affect their mental and their ability to go out there and perform.
Now, you've been a part of rivalries with this program here. You experienced Florida last month, the LSU game. I know not as big of a rivalry for UK, but now you're coming up on one of the teams that UK fans hate the most, and I think you would probably agree with that as well. What are you expecting to step on the field and play in this UK-UT rivalry game?
I'm expecting a good atmosphere. I'm looking forward to being back at Kroger Field, getting the fans back here and getting rowdy and playing an advantage for us, which they have done all season. And looking forward to playing a really good Tennessee team. They've had a good season so far, and I know they've got a lot of stuff to prove. Just the fact that there is the history behind these two teams just adds kind of one more layer into this matchup. But all in all, excited to play them. All credit to them and what they've been able to do this season, and just excited to go up against a good opponent.
Kind of a relief to get back in front of the home crowd a little bit. It's been about a month almost since you were able to play on the home field.
Yeah, it's been a little bit, about 4 weeks. So we got this one and then one more. So hopefully we can end the season on a good note here in Kroger.
To watch Eli's full interview with Will Levis, you can head on over to our website, bbngameday.com, but not yet. Right now, hang tight because up next, we're talking Champions Classic. It's our Kentucky Duke basketball preview right here on BBN Game Day.
A special thank you to our cornerstone partners, Central Bank, the official bank of UK Athletics, and Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
I need to try it first.
Pizza. What you got there, Dad? Oh, man, the new Bacon Mania lineup from Papa John's. Oh, it's the triple bacon pizza, topped with full strips of bacon. Woo, that smell of bacon through the house has everyone showing up. And I mean everyone. It's the season of bacon at Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza.
Wow, this new Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever?
No!
Yes!
No!
Yes!
No!
Yes!
Okay, I'm gonna try first.
Yes! I need to try it first.
You're watching BBN Game Day, presented by Central Bank, the official bank of UK Athletics.
Welcome back into BBN Game Day. Well, Kentucky and Duke tips off Tuesday around 9:30, assuming we can all stay awake.
Oh my gosh, fingers crossed. Just like the Wildcats, the Blue Devils are looking to redeem themselves. They too didn't make the NCAA tournament last season. Duke has played only one exhibition game this year, and they blew Winston-Salem State out of the water. No surprise, 106-38. In the AP poll, Duke is preseason number 9, while Kentucky sits at 10.
Kentucky fans are so used to this game. They're used to the spotlight and the fanfare of all of it. But for most of the players, this is really a totally new experience.
That's right. Davion Mintz has played an MSG before. That's where his conference tournament was when he was at Creighton. But that's about where the similarities end, because when he was still a Creighton Blue Jay, his Super Tuesday looked pretty different.
I used to watch the championship class, even if I had a game, going to, being a starting guard at another, high-level university, and then, hurrying up, taking a shower after practice or as a game to make sure I get back and watch Kentucky and, Duke and all the tip-off of this tournament. And now just to be playing in it is crazy to me, but a lot of years of hard work goes into that, but man, I'm super excited to be in this position from now, hurrying and rushing to watch it to now be a part of it. It's mind-blowing to me, but I'm super excited, man.
Christy, I love that. I think what that would feel like for me growing up watching it,
yeah,
that must be a great experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Really cool. All right, well, for the Blue Devils, it all starts with Paolo Banchero, the number 2 overall player in the class, the preseason ACC Player of the Year, a potential number 1 NBA draft pick. Check this out. He's 6'10", 250 pounds. Won't this be fun to watch him and Oscar Sheboy go at it? A threat on both sides of the ball, Anna, and the Cats are going to have to find a way to limit him. We'll see what happens with that interior defense.
That's exactly right. Coach Cal usually starts the season by teaching defense, but after the disaster we all saw last season, he decided it'd be a good idea to start with the offense this time around. But against a program like Duke, you've got to be solid on both ends of the court.
We've been here since June. We work a lot. And he stopped a lot. Every time you see mistake, he stopped immediately. So we learned a lot. This past 3-4 days practice, it was just on defense to fix that mistake. We don't want to make it exactly the same mistake against Duke, against somebody else.
Christy, just as you mentioned, interior defense has been a hot topic around here since that first exhibition game.
Well, this will be a totally different team now versus when they start conference play versus March, so we'll just see how they grow. All right, well, much more Champions Classic talk coming your way soon, and we're getting a little help. We'll hear from all of these guys. That is every single player, plus assistant coach Jay Lucas and former Cat Jack Goose Givens. That's all coming up on your official basketball season preview show.
That's right. If you're watching us on LEX 18, that's coming up this afternoon at 12:30. Otherwise, you'll be able to watch on BBNGameday.com. We'll be right back.
The holidays are doubly important this year, so make your celebrations doubly special with our award-winning cave-aged Murray's cheese. Kroger. Hey, you're right, we can't stop now. Let's take the special up a level with fresh, never frozen prime beef. Still not special enough? Add some surf to that turf with our sustainably caught seafood. Turn your taste buds up to 11 and have a doubly special holiday with Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
There are moments when doors of opportunity open. Moments when barriers are broken. Moments when you're called to provide hope for someone in need. Moments when you harness something deep inside. Moments when you're drawn to a cause greater than yourself. Moments when champions are born. At the University of Kentucky, this is who we are. This is what we do.
Since opening our doors 75 years ago, Central Bank has made big changes, like the region's first Saturday hours, online ATMs, and even the area's very first vault. But one thing will never change is the community-minded mission of our founder. Garvis D. Kincaid believed that what's good for the bank should also be good for its community. True back in 1946 and equally true today. So, come see how we've grown. Central Bank, central to you. Member FDIC.
Before every game for the Don Franklin Countdown to Tip-Off Show with Dave Baker and Jack Givens, featuring conversations with other former UK stars and Coach Cal. It airs 90 minutes prior to game time on the UK Sports Network radio affiliates or through the UK Athletics app.
Dreana Edwards, she went off for 21 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 steals as the Kentucky women's basketball team cruises to an easy win over Lee University earlier this week. So, Christy, that's our Coke Play of the Week. What'd you think?
Yeah, they look good. Blair Green out for the season with a torn Achilles. Dreana is one of those players who really is going to have to step up for them this year. A lot of things they're going to have to work on. Defensively, I saw some things. I saw some holes, but they're going to get started next week with 2 big games in their non-conference schedule. So a lot of great things can happen, though. That young lady right there, Olivia Owens, big things expected out of her on the inside. And Ryan Howard, I'm just telling you, if you have not seen this young lady play, do yourself a favor and do it. She's going to be one of the best to ever play at Kentucky by the time she leaves.
That's right. Kentucky, Tennessee kicking off tonight at 7 on ESPN2. If you're going to the game, remember it's Sack Hunger game, so bring some non-perishable food with you. You can drop that off outside of Kroger Field by Gate 2 and Gate 9.
Eckrich, $1 million challenge for teachers. One lucky teacher is going to have the chance to raise $1 million for the Extra Yard Teachers Foundation. That's at today's game. We'll see what happens.
All right, thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you next week on BBN Game Day.
BBN Game Day, presented by Central Bank and sponsored by Kentucky Select Chevy Dealers, Coca-Cola, Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, Kroger, Lexington Opera House, and Papa John's.